So we're blessed today with some sun, although it just rained. Just before I came outside, went and picked up my laundry. Cost about $1.14 to do a bag of laundry. It occurred to me, okay, so think this through a little bit. The median Social Security is something like $1,800 a month. I am spending close to $20 a day on food. My Airbnb is around $15 a day. So we're talking $35 a day for an entire month for just room and board, right? Food and laundry. I'm probably around $1,100. At least $700 extra a month if all you have is Social Security. And mind you, I am, what am I, 3 cups of coffee a day, 2 meals and a snack usually. So I am not by any means living grand, but I'm also not living poor. So I can actually pull this off for, let's round it off, make it a little easier number in my head, $1,200 a month. Now, mind you, if you're here in Vietnam, you can only stay 90 days. Then you have to leave the country, reset your e-visa online. Takes about 3 to 5 business days. Or you can use a service to do that for you, but I still think you have to travel out of the country, but you're able to walk right back in, leave the country, come right back in, all in one action essentially. But that's going to occur a couple $100 to do that too. And as far as, a couple $100 for like travel expenses, either a plane or a bus, and then whatever neighboring country you go to, you have to pay for lodging. Slid a little bit down on that side there. So that would eat up your extra remaining cash for travel like that. It's also probably fair to say you're supposed to have medical insurance before you come here. Pretty certain Medicare, Medicaid, that kind of stuff does not work over in Vietnam. So you'd have to buy travel medical insurance, which would eat up a lot of money. Oh my goodness. So I would say from a Social Security paycheck alone, this would be very difficult to do. You would need to have some extra savings that you can live off of to pull this off. With no job, as a retiree, living on Social Security. You might remember this location from yesterday's. I'm going to try this coffee place here. See if they got something to eat as well, because it's lunchtime. Looks like we just got snacky kind of stuff, not actual meal. Okay, let's go find something to get actual food. Chicken mushroom fettuccine Alfredo penne. And a coffee for breakfast. Well, lunch. I've been thinking about this for a bit. Ability to travel. This is, for me, this is the best part of life. I wake up when I wake up. I get up, go find some food, get some coffee, explore new areas. This is the best part of life. So you need to figure out for you, what's the best part of life? My mother, spending time with her great-grandchildren. For me, it's new cultures, new places, new experiences, new foods. No schedule, just go when I want to go. Go where I want to go. Now those 2 girls were just got a little photo shoot. These 2 are doing their own little photo shoot. Those 2 doing their own little photo shoot. Everyone's just out here having a nice, easy-going life. Granted, it's noisy as hell. This dude driving around with his speaker, selling food out of the back with his little fire burning, I don't know, what do you want to call that, grill? Mobile grill? Alright, let's go way down this way to the other coffee shops, because I did this for lunch. But yeah, this is the best part of life, at least for me. These girls are doing a little TikTok session just a second ago. Now we're heading to this is the pizza place I had the other day. Just keep going down this road until I get to the coffee shops, where I know they got pastries. I'm feeling like a pastry day with my next cup of coffee. Not quite yet. We're time for dinner. Got a couple hours till it's dinner time. Stop in here and get some chocolate. I was hoping to find orange chocolate. I think they've got one here. Trying to find milk chocolate with orange. We got some mango milk chocolate. I thought I saw orange somewhere. It was dark chocolate. I mean, yeah, dark chocolate, not milk chocolate. Let's go and try some mango. So it's a mango milk chocolate, 80 cents roughly. I'm gonna try to remember to come here tomorrow. Looks like the seating's up above. I can see it says ham and cheese sandwich there in the door. See all different types of breads in the window. It's kind of hard to see, but there is a display case back there. I'll try to remember to do that tomorrow. Classic tiramisu looks really good. All different cakes. I think chocolate mousse cake box. Back at the cups of coffee, and I've already destroyed part of my mousse chocolate cake, and I got a cappuccino for $6.60. Little people watching while we're here. Sometime between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, street traffic is picking up. Everyone's probably going home, and the dinner crowd's coming out. And we're back here by the KFC. This road goes down and curves a bit and goes across the river. Over that direction is the Dragon Bridge. I'm not hungry yet because I've been snacking on sweets, guzzling down the coffee. We're just going to go do some walking. Who knows where I'll wind up. Guys getting set up to start their cooking for the dinner crowd. So I'm walking on one of the main roads that runs parallel to the river. And unfortunately it's kind of a boring road. But somewhere up here is the Dragon Bridge. So let's go ahead and keep walking this way. See if the Dragon Bridge is lit up for the night. Such a boring long walk. I've only ran across 2 people so far. Oh, now this bus showed up. And one of those 2 people was another Westerner. So it turns out what I've been seeing is actually the rules. Cars are on the far left lane and motorbikes and bicycles in the far right lane. I seen this a couple of times now. Can't remember if I saw the same thing over in the Philippines. But they wrap their cars, lower skirt. Not sure why they do that. Mobile, partial, lower part of your car garage. I don't know. There's got to be a reason why people do it, because I've seen it several that way now. Well, look at what I found. A night market. Let's go cruising around, check it out. This is probably more of the shopping tourists we want to do down here. So we're back to what I normally expect when I was overseas as a Navy sailor. It's all about haggling, get the best deal you can. One woman quoted me a satchel over the chest kind of a bag for $250, but as soon as I started to walk away, she said $200. Quoted another woman who has a similar bag, probably a little nicer bag. She says $350. So I'm guessing I can get it even lower. All sorts of food here now. Froggies. There's stuff kind of like what my mother used to make years ago. Oh, spinning deliciousness. Looks like everything here is probably about $1. Little gator. Crickets, grubs, grasshoppers. Making ice cream. Alright, so did a little bartering. Picked up a little bag. So I have to keep carrying everything in my pockets. Everything keeps wanting to fall out of my short pockets. This was originally being sold for $350. I went and checked another place. A woman was trying to sell a similar one, but I don't think it was quite as water repellent as this one. So I ended up getting this for $280. But I initially said $250, so she went from $350 down to $280, and I said yes. So that's $10.62 for a waterproof bag to carry all my stuff in, so I don't have to worry about falling out of my pockets constantly. It also makes it a little harder for pickpocketers, if there were to be any pickpocketers, to try and grab anything from my pockets. And now let's keep walking down the way here to the Dragon Bridge. So, I should point out that all the food here looks amazing. But unfortunately, I'm still kind of full from all the sweets I had earlier. So, I'm definitely going to come back here for dinner probably later on tonight. And maybe another night. Because, now here's the thing. There are dudes constantly harping all around here trying to get you to go to their stand. So you see these little cardboards? You should put it on a table. All these tables have the, oh there you go, there's some there on the, leaning against the stand. So these dudes are just constantly harassing you to go to their place to get food. But they all look similar to me, honestly. I don't know which one's better than the next one, but it might well be that it's all one business. Because they're all just individual stands. I don't know. But it all looks good. So here we are on the river. Got a little dinner cruise, it looks like, going up and down the river. So here's the Dragon Bridge lit up. So in the distance you can see an airplane just took off from Danang International Airport. We got another dinner cruise boat, I'm guessing. There's another color of the Dragon Bridge. You're kidding me. I'm too big for this ride. I feel like I've seen something similar to this, like Singapore. Pretty fancy looking cafe bistro. And then across from there, I saw this from the cab I took one day. I think it's a boat. It's definitely meant to look like a yacht. Call it a happy yacht. I don't know if it's an actual yacht. It might be. An old yacht they converted into a cafe kind of eatery place. It's in the river. Here's just a really loud place. Supposed to be, it looks like a seafood restaurant maybe. A lot of noise. Very loud. Have to go through the kitchen, go upstairs. Let's go get some chicken fried noodles. It's got chicken fried rice. Or chicken fried, what do they call it? Chicken fried noodles. Got a bunch of vegetables, noodles, and chicken.